Yo, what's up, Cancer? Welcome to your monthly forecast for the month of September 2018, Cancer. First thing I noticed about your reading is that you got multiple threes right here. So you got the Three of Pentacles here, and then you got the Three of Swords right there. So, when that starts happening, it's like, I'm not saying all of you are in love situations, like love triangle type of thing going on. It's like, if you're with somebody, maybe you like somebody else, or maybe someone you're with likes somebody else, or if you're single, then maybe you got a couple different options. So that was the first thing I noticed about your reading. So that's one way that it could resonate. And for others of you, this is more about, when I look at the Three of Pentacles, it's more about teaching or learning, and depending on what side of the spectrum you're on, like, are you the person that holds the knowledge and you're the one that conveys the information to others, or are you on the more of the receptive side? Or some of you could be working in like a small group of people potentially, so it could indicate a teamwork. And this card is actually in the recent past position, and sometimes that's energy that would come back from the recent past in the month of September 2018, or if not, then that's just indicative of maybe some of you were going through like you were learning some information about a subject that interests you in your recent past, or potentially some of you were the teacher, or potentially some of you recently were working with a small group of people. But let's get to the central energy of your reading, and we'll talk more about the three-way situation later. So the central energy in your reading is the Ace of Wands in the reverse. And it'd be nice if this card was in the upright position, because that would suggest that a new beginning is ready to get off the ground. But some of you might be experiencing some delays. So when that Ace of Wands comes out in the reverse position, potentially a delay of some sort for some of you guys. So, and that just coincides with the challenge cards that you have this month. I mean, especially with this Nine of Cups being in the challenge position, I'd say if the Nine of Cups was upright anywhere else on the board, that'd be good, because that's a wish coming true. The Nine of Cups has to do with a wish coming true when it's in the upright position. But some of you still have a wish of some sort, and it's delayed, and it's not ready to happen yet, Cancer. So you got to be patient. But you also have the Five of Pentacles as your challenge position. And if you look at this card, there's people in this card that are outside of this building here, and it's it looks so warm and nice inside the building, but you can see they're just out in the cold. And some of you really feel like, I'm not saying all of you feel this way, but you kind of feel like you're on the outside of something potentially. Like there's a situation where there's several people, and then it's you on the outside. So this is I feel a lot of this has to do with the influence of Saturn, like where Saturn is right now for you, Cancer. It's Saturn's opposing your sign, and Saturn opposition your sign is not really a fun influence, I'll tell you that for sure. Especially for where Saturn is right now, it's like really opposing those who are born, I'd say, in late June. So if you're born in late June, you're really going to feel the Saturn opposition energy, because that it's opposing where the sun was when you were born. Saturn is opposing that part of the sky. So, some of you who were born in early June are really feeling it right now, and you'll probably continue to feel it maybe for a few more months, I'd say. Saturn's thankfully going direct on, it's been retrograding since April, and it's finally going direct in September. So, eventually Saturn will move past those early degrees of your sign, Cancer. So, if you are one of the Cancers that are born in June, Saturn is going to go direct in September, and eventually it's just going to move forward so much that it's going to be out of opposition of the position of the sun for those who are born in early June. but then it's going to start to eventually affect like those who are born in July, like early July, mid-July, are eventually going to start to feel it. So they're going to, right now, those who are born in late June are feeling it. Eventually, those who are born in early July to mid-July are going to feel it later. So, Saturn opposition your sign is not a fun influence, and it can, some of you really do feel left out in the cold potentially. I'm not saying all of you do, but some of you might. It's also creating conflict in your life. I mean, I don't know, what the situation is with you, Cancer, but, here's a bunch of people and you feel like you have to defend yourself. Why are people being so unfair? It's, has a lot to do with Saturn opposing your sign. So, that would be your near future card. So that's kind of what's coming in for September. It's like you're fighting this off. Like people are trying to come at you and you have to defend yourself. So, I'm sorry to give you this information, Cancer. I don't sugarcoat these readings at all. I mean, I shuffle the cards and the cards come out of the deck on their own. So this is how they came out. And, you do have the Sun card, which is in your destiny position, and that's a great card to have. So, amidst all this other shit that's going on, you do have the Sun card as your destiny, and the Sun is all about warmth, positivity, vibrancy, success. So that is your destiny. You just got to get through the Saturn opposition crap that's happening right now. And you also have the Page of Swords in the reverse in your distant past, in the distant past part of the board. And some of you, I'm not saying everybody used to deal with an air sign. The air signs would be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but I feel like this pertains to any of you Cancers that used to be involved with Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. You may see this person come back a little bit in the month of September 2018, or this is just indicative of that they were a part of your past, and because the card's in the reverse, maybe you had a bit of a difficult time with them. Some of you did. But, potentially there could be an air sign, and it depends on who it is. It could be a love interest, it could be somebody in your professional sphere. So it could be any aspect of your life, some kind of air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, who plays a role in your life. And some of you are just getting backstabbed. I mean, Ten of Swords. I mean, I'm not going to even try to sugarcoat that at all. I mean, some of you are just getting backstabbed. Like, there are some people that are just, look, there's probably a lot of people maybe for some of you, and they're just backstabbing you, Cancer. It's like Saturn can be merciless when it goes opposite your sign. So I think, especially for those of you who were born in late June, will be able to breathe a sigh of relief once Saturn starts to go direct again following September 6th. It's going to probably go opposite, more specifically opposite your sign, following September 6th. But eventually that energy is just going to start to fade out, and it's going to start to resonate more. Like I said, it's going to eventually start to resonate more for those who are born early July, late July. But right above I'm not saying everyone's getting backstabbed, but some of you are. I mean, there it is right there. Look, it's right on the card, backstabbed. So some of you are, some of you were backstabbed, or maybe some of you, if in your love life, maybe some of you are interested in someone, and maybe they have to backstab someone in order to be with you. I mean, that could be the situation for some of you. So it's resonating differently for all of you. It's like some of you are getting backstabbed, or, potentially maybe someone who's interested in you or you're interested in them, or vice versa. Maybe they're the one that has to do a backstab in order to be with you. So it's going to be different for all of you. You have the Lovers card right above that. So that's a good card. So, if you are dealing with the drama in some other aspect of your life, or if there's one relationship in your life that's not going that well, it doesn't mean that another great relationship can't come to fruition. So, and this person's pretty important, Cancer. So keep your eye. I'm not saying that all of you are definitely going to be having someone important for relationship that could potentially be coming into your life in the month of September 2018, or maybe you already know this person and now all of a sudden a relationship is being formed. You know, this, I'd say this specifically has to do, because it's the Lovers card, so it specifically would have to do with the love relationship. And I feel that this is actually, you know, amongst all the other shit that seems to be happening, this seems to be kind of like the diamond in the rough. And you know, that's actually one thing about Saturn being opposite your sign, because Saturn opposite your sign is your sector of relationship. And even though Saturn can be difficult, it has positive qualities to it too. It's just hard to see the positive qualities because, you know, there's other negative stuff that it creates as well. But Saturn can bring like someone who's long term, someone who has long, because Saturn's all about gradual and long term and building something that has a solid foundation. So, you know, potentially some of you have somebody important. I'm not saying it's definitely going to happen, but you know, there could be some kind of solid relationship that could be formed eventually with someone. Either you're attracted to them or they're attracted to you, or it's mutual. And this is really important because you can see it's, you know, both people who are involved. It's you and someone else. And then here is a higher power who's kind of bringing you guys together. So, I mean, that's pretty significant. And I don't want to get everyone's hopes up because that's not going to resonate like that for everybody. For other people, very specifically, this might be someone who's the life path number 6. So who do you know, Cancer, in your life who's life path number 6? And I'm the one who, and that's really specific, I'm the one who made this discovery with life path numbers within the tarot. There are no other tarot readers that do this. So if you start seeing other tarot readers using life path numbers in their readings, they got it from me because I'm the one who discovered it. And if you want to know how to get someone's life path number, then just watch the tutorial video I created. Just go to your YouTube search bar, type my name in, Gregory Furlan, how to use life path numbers with tarot, and watch the tutorial that I recorded and posted on YouTube. And you can use the numerological sequence I give in that video to figure out, you know, who in your life is life path number 6 for some of you. For some of you, this is someone. For others of you, this is maybe like very, very specifically, this is you. So, you know, obviously not all Cancers have the life path number 6, but some of you do. And right above that is the Queen of Swords. And that's an air sign. So that's a Gemini, that's a Libra, that's an Aquarius. And this is in your area of, the Queen of Swords is in your area of hopes and fears. So it could be, you know, it could be someone who's a love interest potentially for some of you. For others of you, this could be somebody in your professional sphere. It's going to resonate differently for all of you. But, you know, I think that you're probably feeling like, I hope it works out with this air sign, this Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. I fear that it won't. That's what that is. So who's the important air sign in your life, Cancer? Is it Gemini, Libra, Aquarius? For some of you, not all of you have an important air sign in your life, but if you do, they're showing up right there. And they could play a pretty important role in your life for some of you. And right above that, you have the 3 of Swords. And that would suggest some kind of, so 3 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords. So here we go back to the 3-way love situation, Cancer. For some of you, you got like, especially if you're single, you might have more than one option. If you're coupled up, it's you, your significant other, and someone on the side. I'm not saying that you're actually involved with this person. And that's your outcome for the month of September 2018. So it sounds like there's a love triangle situation in your life for some of you. So potentially it's like you're with somebody, if you're coupled up, you're with somebody, but you like somebody else, or, you know, potentially whoever you're with, maybe they like somebody else, and that could be where the backstabbing element is coming in. And, you know, just to say that again, I mean, that if you like somebody, if you're with somebody and you like somebody else, then maybe you're the one that has to do a backstab in order to be someone with someone else. Or potentially it's you, someone else, and their significant other, and they have to backstab their significant other in order to be with you. So there's so many different ways that you could look at that. You have to figure out how it's resonating in your life, Cancer. You know, once again, take what's positive with this reading. Like I said, I don't try to sugarcoat this at all. Like, this is how it's resonating for the month of September 2018. But, you know, take the positive. You have the Sun card as your destiny, so you will get the warmth eventually. You will get the vitality. You will have the success. And this is fun too. For some of you, this is even fun. So it's part of your destiny, Cancer. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe, share, and like. If you like to read daily astrology, check me out on Instagram. My Instagram handle is Gregory Furlan Astrology. I write astrology every day and post it on my Instagram page. So if you want to know what's happening with your sign on a day-to-day basis, make sure to follow me there. Thank you for watching. Have a great month, and I'll see you next time.